Have you ever wondered what Goku would look like in Superman's suit? Well, I did, and I couldn't resist bringing that vision to life. With the new Superman movie flying into theaters July 11th, I'm celebrating by coloring my original Kid Goku and Superman mashup right here in Clip Studio Paint. In this video, I'll walk you through my full coloring process, share my go-to tools, and break down techniques that any aspiring digital artist can use, whether you're Team Saiyan, Team Kryptonian, or just love leveling up your art. Let's fuse fandom and technique and bring this crossover to life. Today, we're bringing a fusion of worlds to life, using the Goku I drew in my previous video, Dragon Ball Drawing Kid Goku. If you missed that one, there's a link waiting for you in the description. Before we start coloring, I want to show you one of the most important steps that sets the foundation for great digital art, getting organized. In Clip Studio Paint, I always start by setting up folders, one for each part of the drawing I'll be coloring. For example, I'll create a folder for the skin, one for the reds, one for the blues, one for the hair, and so on. It helps keep everything clean, lets me make changes easily, and keeps my workflow sharp from start to finish. Think of it like prepping your canvas before the paint ever touches the brush. It may not seem flashy, but it's what makes the magic work later. I like setting up folders like this because it lets me focus on each element one at a time. And honestly, it just looks cool to see each component on its own. Like, check this out. Just Goku's skin and hair finished, and already it's got that signature Dragon Ball energy. You get to watch the art evolve piece by piece. Pretty satisfying, right? Now, let's get into the three main tools I use when coloring my art in Clip Studio Paint. I'll be jumping around between these throughout this video, so stick with me and watch how each one plays its part in the final result. Alright, let's get coloring. First up is the fill tool, better known as the good old paint bucket. It's simple, fast, and super satisfying to use. Just click the fill tool, make sure refer to other layers is selected, that's key so it knows where your line art is. Pick your color and click inside the area you want to fill. Boom, instant color fill. It's like digital magic, and honestly it makes blocking in base colors feel like a breeze. Next up, we've got the pen tool, and I use this a little differently than some might expect. For me, it's not just for line art, it's a guide. I'll take the pen tool and draw around any tricky areas or parts that need clean edges before I use the fill tool. It helps lock in the boundaries, especially when the autofill might not catch every little gap. Next up is one of the most underrated tools in Clip Studio Paint, the Lasso Tool. This thing is seriously versatile when it comes to coloring. All you have to do is freehand draw the shape you want to target, then hit it with the fill tool. Boom, problem area is fixed. It's perfect for those tight spots the paint bucket misses, like around hairlines, belt edges, or small gaps where the line art isn't fully closed. I like to use it for touch-ups and precision work. It gives me total control over where color goes without needing to manually brush it in. Pro tip. Pair the lasso with the refer to other layers setting in your fill tool for even smarter fills across folders. Now you know my top 3 tools for coloring in Clip Studio Paint, and how I use them to get clean, vibrant results. I'll be bouncing between them for the rest of this video as we bring this Goku and Superman mashup to life. If these tips helped you level up your workflow, or if you think it's cool to watch these characters come together, go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and tap that notification bell so you never miss a new upload. And hey, drop a comment letting me know which tool is your go-to and what you'd like to see me color next. Alright, Goku's skin is done, and now we're diving into the reds of the suit. And this part, it's huge. Superman's red is iconic. It's bold, vivid, and instantly recognizable. So I took some extra time here to really dial in a red that pops without overpowering the rest of the palette. And let's talk about those blues. Just as iconic, just as important. That Superman blue isn't just any shade. It's bright, confident, and clean. I spent a good chunk of time dialing this in because it has to feel like it belongs on the Man of Steel. It needed enough saturation to pop next to the red, but not so much that it overpowers Goku's color palette. Getting that perfect balance was a challenge, but I think it really sells the mashup once it's locked in. Keeping true to that classic Superman vibe, I followed the exact same steps to color in the S emblem and the rest of the suit. That symbol is iconic, it's bold, clean, and instantly recognizable, so I wanted every stroke to feel intentional. Same process, blocking in the base colors with the fill tool, refining the edges with the pen and lasso tools, and layering in the shadows to give it that crisp, comic style punch. The red needed to glow and the yellow had to pop just enough to stand out without stealing the show. What do you think? Did I match that classic Superman color combo? Drop your thoughts or suggest your favorite Superman suit version down in the comments. And just for fun, I decided to experiment with some comic book style textures. And honestly, I think it adds a whole new layer of personality to the piece. Alright, here we go. With all the textures laid down, the shadows tuned, and the colors locked in, it's time for the big reveal. This is my final version of the Kid Goku and Superman mashup, fused with bold comic style energy, vibrant coloring in Clip Studio Paint, and a ton of love for both universes. Alright, before we wrap up this video, let's stir up a little friendly debate, because I want to hear from you. I'm revealing my top 3 favorite Superman actors, and I want you to drop your picks in the comments. Agree? Disagree? Let's talk about it. First up, Christopher Reeve. His portrayal is timeless, and I actually used his suit as reference for this mashup piece. He was the first live-action Superman I ever watched as a kid, and that impression stuck. Next, Henry Cavill. I love the physicality he brought to the role, and the texture of his suit, so good. He looks exactly how I imagined Superman should look in live action, and those action sequences, incredible. And finally, okay, I know he's not technically Superman, but I'm going with Tom Welling. His Clark Kent in Smallville was legendary, and that show is still my all-time favorite TV series. Now, I'm excited to see what David Corenswet brings to this iconic character. His debut in James Gunn's Superman hits theaters this Friday, July 11th, and yes, I've already got my tickets. Do you? Let me know in the comments, who's your all-time favorite Superman? And which version of the suit do you think fits the character best?